Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. I am your host GamerGuy33, and when we last left Lunk, he was trying desperately to get out of the water. We got our hookshot ready, and we're able to climb out this time. But since we're back on dry land, we really don't need the iron boots anymore, so we'll just go ahead and take those puppies off so we can move around a little bit quicker. Now, if you'll recall, when we first entered this dungeon, I tried to enter this hallway right here. It was a dead end then because it was full of water, but now that it's drained, as you can see, the bottom of the floor is a little bit different here. So what we're going to do is use the Goron special crop and bomb down into here. And find out what other treasures or secrets are hidden in here. So something kind of interesting I noticed. The Gorons have a special crop, and that's bombs. Now, do the Kokiri or the Zoras have a special crop? Like, the Kokiris live in the woods. They grow a lot of stuff. I'm sure they must be excellent horticulturalists, farmers, whatever you want to call them. Maybe the mushroom is their special crop. It's a very, very special crop, apparently, that can't leave the forest ever, or you get in trouble. Now, the Zoras, what have they got? They got fish, and fish. That's really all they got there. But fish isn't really a crop. Maybe algae? I guess algae. What does a Zora eat anyway? Fish? That seems almost like being a cannibal, because they're part fish, aren't they? They're part dolphin. I guess a dolphin is a mammal, so if they're part dolphin, they're not doing anything really wrong. Got a small puzzle right here to hit the switch. I'm sure there's probably another way to do it, but just the sword slash is the fastest way. And our reward is a Scatola. And let's go ahead and set up another backflip. And another upskirt shot for everyone in the audience who might want to see what Lunk's junk looks like. That rhymes, Lunk's junk. Anywho, let's get out of here. And to the next part of the dungeon, which I think we get to move up, finally up to the second level. There's going to be a lot of boot switching in these next couple of videos. Kind of annoying, but also we kind of have to deal with it just to get through this dungeon. Like I said, I'm grateful for the 3DS version. That makes it a lot easier to select the boots. You don't have to sit here and pause the action every 2 seconds just to swap them out. They almost should make it easier to get the gold scale right away, just so you can dive down and not need the boots to do everything. So we got a locked door up here. Let's go ahead and open her up. And this will lead us into the central tower, or pillar. I'm not sure what you'd like to call it, but the central area of... Ouch. There are spikes down there. We don't want to run into those. Anyway, the central area of the water temple, which this is one of the more annoying rooms for a lot of people, I'm sure, because they forget about one of the more harder to remember keys in this room. It's a little bit hidden. I'll show it to you guys in a second. But first, we need to raise up the water level to actually get to the area where it's located. As you can see, that platform rises, and if you kept your eyes open during that little cutscene, you'll notice that there's actually a little entryway below where the platform was. So let's equip our iron boots once again to get underwater. And am I going to land on the spikes again? Just barely missed it. Okay, so let's go down this hole and just see what is down here. I hear clicking noises, and yep, there are monsters up there. Well, I only know one thing to do with monsters, really. Let's destroy them. Let's go ahead and let them out of their cage. Probably should have gotten some distance before I did that. But luckily no one got hurt. Well, someone's going to get hurt in about 2 seconds because Lunk is going to kill them, but they're just rocks and clams. I don't think they even have feelings. They have hearts, as was just demonstrated. Let's take out another one of these spike guys, and now we can take out the clams. And then the spike guys we can avoid for the most part. One shot to stun them, one shot to actually kill them. And we're getting a lot of bombs for some reason. Oop, and there's a clam swimming at us. Now, in nature, I'm not sure if clams can actually swim like that. It looks cool. The way they make it looks possible, but I don't think a bivalve would be able to do that. I think it'd have to open its mouth and use pressure to push out or something like that. I'm not really sure. And this is the wrong area to float up in. Let's go back down. You never know, monsters might have been guarding something important besides just being able to kill them and unlock a door. Maybe they had something cool in their little playpen. So let's check out over up here. And it looks like we got another small chest, which hopefully means another key. So this brings our key total back up to 2. Something very annoying about this dungeon is this is one of the keys that a lot of people forget about. There's a couple more areas like that in this dungeon. If you're thorough, then usually you'll be able to find them. If you're trying to just blaze through it, it's a little bit frustrating because you have to revisit areas that now operate differently because they're filled with water and you can access different areas in them. As you'll see in a second, I'll display that. But it's very easy to overlook a lot of stuff in the water temple if you're not paying attention, and that's why people get lost most of the time. But if you're trying hard not to get lost and paying attention to where you're going, usually you won't overlook the items you're trying to get. So we are now on the 2nd level. The water level has been filled up a little bit, but it can go a little bit higher still. We can return it back to the normal level it was at. But we're not going to do that right now. We have other stuff to do at this water level. So first off, let's go ahead and cross down into the water. We're going to go down a level, actually. And as you can see by the little torches in front, this is the first area we ran into where we ran into Princess Ruto. There's a 2nd floor we can access in here. You might have noticed that one of the walls looked like it was bombable, but it was underwater, so there's nothing we can really do about it until now. You know, speaking of Princess Ruto, we never found her. She wasn't at the top level at all. And judging from this crack in the wall, I don't think she's in this room either. So I have no idea where she went off to. I mean, Darunia, the fire sage, kind of did the same thing where he disappeared in the dungeon. But I assume, you know, he went to go battle the boss. He went to go battle the dragon and, like, got eaten or beaten really badly or had a concussion or something along those lines. With Ruto, she literally just swam up and then was gone. Like, the boss of this dungeon, unless he can teleport, or she, I don't know what gender the boss is of this dungeon, I don't see how they can make Ruto disappear, really. Hi, Lunk. This is always kind of weird just staring. Yeah, thank you. He makes eye contact for way too long, and he doesn't really blink enough. So it makes me a little bit uncomfortable when he does that. About as uncomfortable as Ruto made me feel when she was suggesting to be my wife. That would just be awkward. Our babies would be like half mutant, half human, half Zora creatures. They'll have like toes and fingers and fins and no thank you. You'd have like, actually the combination would be like Aquaman, if you consider it. You'd have a blonde hair, blue-eyed, Aryan looking kid, and have the powers to communicate with fish. And go on adventures. Actually, it would be more like Flapjack then. Actually, it would be a lot like Flapjack. Oh, we need the arrows to hit that switch. We can consider it Flapjack was a sailor man, liked the ocean a lot, blonde hair, blue-eyed, started his adventures when he was a little kid, and he lived inside a whale. So, realistically, a child of Lunk would be a perfect candidate for that. Blonde hair, blue-eyed, started adventures as a kid, and got eaten by Jabu Jabu when he was little. But apparently it's a safe place according to Ruto, and you can just chill in there all the time, so it's like Bubby. Now we just need like an old salty sea captain to complete the illusion. We need a Knuckles. Actually, if you go into the Wind Waker series and the Phantom Hourglass, there is kind of like an old sailor dude who's not really a great role model, but you have to hang out with him anyway. That would be a good candidate for Knuckles. But you don't travel around in a whale anymore, which is a little sad. I'm sure Geppetto would be happy to no longer travel in a whale, but in the Legend of Zelda universe, I'm sure it's a great honor to do that. And we got another puzzle here. I hear hopping. Where's that coming from? Oh, hi. There you are. Okay. So, let me get back up there. I need to get back up there. No, it's not going to work. Okay, you know what? The water's going to drop in a little bit. I can hear it coming down. We'll just go ahead and snipe this guy before he gets back. So let's bust out our bow and arrow, look upward, and... oh, hi! Apparently the Tektite... Ooh! Wow. Took a couple hits there. He was ready for us. But we got the better of him in the end, because we have 4 hearts and he only has like 1.5 or whatever. So now we're at the top layer of the dungeon, and we have another symbol of the royal family, so let's play Zelda's Lullaby again, and get the water level all the way up to the top level. This is where it originally started, but this time, we actually have keys to do a little bit of exploring and traveling around. Oop! That was a pro dodge. I think that was more luck than anything, but you know what, we'll take it. Really don't want to lose more than 2 hearts if I have to in this dungeon, especially with such easily to kill enemies that hopple around slowly on water. Alright, we're gonna need our iron boots again. There we go. And it looks like we have another block puzzle to solve. So because of the angle this is at, we're gonna pull it out, and it should snap into place. There we go. And we're going to have to move that from another angle in a little bit, but for right now we'll just leave it where it is and do some more exploring on the top level. And there's another hook shot, so we could have really just taken the hook shot and saved some time, but then we'd have to take off the iron boots anyway, so in the end, not a big deal. See, that's where we just came from. That's the entrance, I think. And, oh, here's a locked door. So we'll go ahead and take this locked door. It's the only other direction we can really go on the top level. And, oh, I see you bats. Go ahead and take care of them real quick. Last thing I need to do is get interrupted while I'm doing something important over here. And it looks like we have kind of a puzzle of sorts. Let go, it's fine. There we go. So we have a platform. Okay, we need to get to that side, but the hook shot's not going to reach. So we're going to have to wait for the elevator to go downwards and get back in range of one of the bullseyes. Exciting gameplay, ladies and gentlemen. Come on. Hit it. There we go. Okay. Okay, and then we're just going to have to climb our way up one platform at a time. We have to do it quickly, otherwise if we lose too much time, we'll kind of be descending downward instead of upwards. Alrighty, one more bullseye. There we go. And another locked door. So it's a good thing we picked up that extra key, otherwise we have to make a trip back outside into the water and dig around a little bit. So something unique about this room, I'm not sure if we've encountered this yet, but if you'll notice that switch in the center is red, and then when we hit it, it turns blue. Usually a lot of the crystal switches we've had to deal with up until now have been white and switched to like a yellow color. This is because this switch doesn't have a timer or anything on it, it's just implying that it's going from one level to another. And oh, he was able to jump up that high. I didn't think it was going to make it. And you know what? I don't want to deal with that third guy either, so let's shoot him. Let's take another shot. Oh, that was right through his leg, that should have counted. Got him in the eye, and oh, he's got him. There we go. That takes care of those guys. Now let's go ahead and continue traveling around the room. We need to lower the water level again, so let's hit this crystal. And this is mostly like a hookshot puzzle, not really a water level puzzle. All you're trying to do is get around and change around these obstacles to get to where you need to go. And we need the target back up on that guy. There we go. Let's go ahead and hookshot over to there. And then we just need to lower the water level a couple more times. Well, actually lower it one more time and then raise it one more time. So we need to get up on this guy's head, and then one more shot. There we go. Alright. Oh, it looks like we have some more Tektites to deal with, so let's take out... Oop. Tripped and fell. Okay, if we can hit him from down here. And then this guy, I'm ready for you. Jump slash. There we go, one-shot him. And there's a like too. I would not like to deal with him. I would not like I apologize, that was really bad. I wasn't even thinking that pun when I said it originally, but it was too hard to pass up. And we're all out of time, so I will see you guys in the next episode.